going on, you lukewarm evangelicals? My name is Jay Dottie and welcome to Dottie's Den. Now, before we get into this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, because if you guys don't know, they're literally trying to turn this country into a socialist regime, and we have to share this video and spread this message. Spread this message everywhere so we can actually get these people out of office. Right now, literally the current president is Joe Biden. He has run, right? He ran his campaign on socialist agenda and won. He literally won. Now, Kamala Harris, the vice president of the same exact ticket, is running, and she's going to be running on socialist agendas, and she might win. She's up in the polls right now. So if you guys don't know, just share this video, share this message. With that being said, let's get right into it.
Harris, you have also been quite critical of Vice President Biden's policies on race, specifically on the issue of busing in the 1970s, having benefited from busing when you were a young child. Vice President Biden says that your current position on busing, you're opposed to federally mandated busing, that position is the same as his position. Is he right?
That is simply false. And let's be very clear about this. When Vice President Biden was in the United States Senate working with segregationists to oppose busing, which was the vehicle by which we would integrate America's public schools, had I been in the United States Senate at that time, I would have been completely on the other side of the aisle. And let's be clear about this. Had those segregationists their way, I would not be a member of the United States Senate, Cory Booker would not be a member of the United States Senate, and Barack Obama would not have been in a position to nominate him to the title he now holds.
Now, as you guys just seen, she is literally calling Biden out for essentially just being a racist. Now, the reason I made this video essentially was because I'm just thinking, during the 2020 Democratic Primaries, she literally was just kind of like calling Biden out, and now she's on the ticket when I first seen that she was going to be the vice president. I just want to expose the hypocrisy of Kamala Harris. She has literally just weaseled herself within the realms of now political relevancy, which is just ridiculous to me, right? Because she was always, you know, the district attorney. She was this and that and all these positions, right? The senator, right? But I just think that it's ridiculous that we have such fake politicians. This is so phony. This is so fake. I don't understand. Do you guys agree?
And so on that issue, we could not be more apart, which is that the vice president has still failed to acknowledge that it was wrong to take the position that he took at that time. Now, I would like to also talk about this conversation about Eric Garner, because I too met with his mother. And one of the things that we've got to be clear about is that this president of the United States, Donald Trump, while he has been in office, has quietly been allowing the United States Department of Justice to shut down consent decrees, to stop pattern and practice investigations. On that case, we also know that the Civil Rights Division, this is important, the Civil Rights Division of the United States Department of Justice said charges should have been filed, but this United States Department of Justice usurped, and I believe it is because that president did not want those charges to go forward, and they overrode a decision by the Civil Rights Division of the United States Department of Justice. Under my administration, the Civil Rights Division will reign, and there will be independent investigations.
Vice President Biden, I want to give you a chance to respond to what Senator Harris just said.
When Senator Harris was the Attorney General for 8 years in the state of California, there were two of the most segregated school districts in the country, in Los Angeles and in San Francisco. And she did not, I didn't see a single solitary time she brought a case against them to desegregate them. Secondly, she also was in a situation where she had a police department when she was there that in fact was abusing people's rights. And the fact was that she, in fact, was told by her own people, that her own staff, that she should do something about and disclose to defense attorneys like me that you, in fact, have been, the police officer did something that did not give you information that would exculpate your client.
He doesn't know what he's saying. All right, essentially, do you guys just not think it's funny that they're literally going against each other right here, right before he became the president, and, you know, she was on his ticket, and he was like the official Democratic nominee of 2020. They were literally arguing about this actual issue, and that genuinely Kamala Harris thought that he made the wrong decisions, that he was a racist, and vice versa. It looks like Joe Biden thinks that about Kamala Harris. Like, come on, what?
She didn't do that. She never did it. And so what happened? Along came a federal judge and said, enough, enough, and he freed 1,000 of these people. If you doubt me, Google 1,000 prisoners freed, Kamala Harris.
Thank you, Vice President Biden. And Senator Harris, your response?
This is simply not true. And as Attorney General of California, where I ran the second largest Department of Justice in the United States, second only to the United States Department of Justice, I am proud of the work we did, work that has received national recognition for what has been the important work of reforming a criminal justice system and cleaning up the consequences of the bills that you passed when you were in the United States Senate for decades. It was the work of creating one of the first in the nation initiatives around re-entering former offenders and getting them jobs and counseling.
Thank you, Senator.
I did the work as Attorney General of putting body cameras on special agents in the state of California, and I'm proud of that work.
I want to bring in Congresswoman Gabbard. Congresswoman Gabbard, you took issue with Senator Harris confronting Vice President Biden at the last debate. You called it a, quote, false accusation that Joe Biden is a racist. What's your response?
I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting Black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so.
Wow.
She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place.
Wait, that right there was crazy. See, a lot of people, so I've heard this allegation that Kamala Harris put innocent Black men in jail and just men in general in jail, like just innocent people in jail. She has literally, you know, hidden evidence and done all this stuff. I don't know any proof or any, like, the facts of these cases, but if so, this is crazy, right? These are insane allegations and they need to be answered. Because if you guys don't understand, a lot of the arguments that the Democrats make is, oh yeah, this is just what conservatives want. Like, she's hard on crime. This is it. This is exactly what conservatives want. She's hard on crime. That's not being hard on crime. If you're falsely accusing people and then actually sentencing them to like actual time for them being innocent, though, that's crazy. That's insane. So I think that it's a lot more research that we have to do. A lot more research. That's why I said share this video, because a lot of people probably have never seen this, so they don't know what she's done.
That impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Senator Harris, your response?
As the elected Attorney General of California, I did the work of significantly reforming the criminal justice system of a state of 40 million people, which became a national model for the work that needs to be done. And I am proud of that work. And I am proud of making a decision to not just give fancy speeches or be in a legislative body and give speeches on the floor, but actually doing the work of being in the position to use the power that I had to reform a system that is badly in need of reform.
This is interesting. She's actually really good at like deflecting actual accusations and questions, right? Because that's insane. She like literally just changed the entire subject to something else. Oh yeah, I'm restoring this, I'm doing this, I'm fixing the system, this and that. Well, what about what she just said specifically about your prosecutors actually, you know, sentencing innocent people and you actually hiding evidence and people had to force you to actually unhide the evidence and stuff like that? That's insane. Those are crazy allegations that you're not actually addressing. You're just deterring the actual conversation to something else now.
That is why we created initiatives that were about re-entering former offenders and getting them counseling. It is why, and because I know that criminal justice system is so broken, that I am an advocate for what we need to do to not only decriminalize, but legalize marijuana in the United States.
I want to bring Congresswoman Gabbard back in. Your response?
The bottom line is, Senator Harris, when you are in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's lives, you did not, and worse yet, in the case of those who were on death row, innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that, and the people who suffered under your—
She's shaking her head no, but she's not saying, not true. If somebody was like blandly lying on my name, I don't care what type of situation it is, I'm just gonna say not true. She's shaking her head because she knows that she's losing. She didn't say not true. She didn't say false. fake news. We are fake news. You know, like the Trump stuff. She didn't say any of that stuff. So
Your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology.
Senator Harris.
I want to hear this response.
My entire career, I have been personally opposed to the death penalty, and that has never changed. And I dare.
She's not answering the question. She is not answering the question. Do you guys see this right now? She is literally avoiding that she hid the evidence for them to be on death row in the first place. Talk about I'm against the death penalty and all that. Who cares? That's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're discussing right now. We're discussing the literal fraud that you're committing, or that you have committed. Not committing, but committed. Like, this is insane.
Anybody who is in a position to make that decision, to face the people I have faced, to say, I will not seek the death penalty. That is my background. That is my work. I am proud of it. I think you can judge people by when they are under fire, and it's not about some fancy opinion on a stage. But
she's not saying anything right now. It's not about some fancy opinion on a stage. No, we're talking about what you did. We need answers. We need answers to this question, like what's going on?
When they're in the position to actually make a decision, what do they do? When I was in the position of having to decide whether or not to seek a death penalty on cases I prosecuted, I made a very difficult decision that was not popular to not seek the death penalty. History shows that, and I am proud of those decisions.
Senator Harris, thank you very much. Senator Bennett, a question for you. Why are you the best candidate to heal the racial?
I don't care about them at all. I don't care about these guys at all. I have no idea who these people are. With that being said, guys, this was a very interesting video because it highlights that Kamala Harris not only is a hypocrite and pretty much just a phony, because she's still with Joe Biden right now after accusing him of all that stuff that she just accused him of, but she's also just a weasel. You know, like, that's what I usually call people that like try to avoid questions and try to, you know, deter the actual conversation to something else. I call them weasels. That's what she is too. Like, this is so strange to me. These debate tactics are very strange. I kind of scat past this up in 2020 when I first seen it, but now I'm really like watching it and analyzing it because I'm doing a video on it right now. This is ridiculous, guys. This is ridiculous. Now, at some point this video has to end, so we're gonna end it right now. With that being said, my name is Jay Dottie. If you enjoyed this video, just like and subscribe. Peace.